After the Last Supper, Jesus and his disciples went to the Mount of Olives, to a garden called Gethsemane. But Judas did not go with them. There, Jesus said to his disciples, "I will go a little further to pray. Stay awake and pray." Then he knelt and prayed, "Father, if it is possible, take this suffering away from me. But let it not be as I want, but as you want." 3 times Jesus returned to see what his disciples were doing, and each time he found them sleeping. He said, "How can you sleep? Get up! The one who will betray me is coming." While Jesus was still speaking, Judas arrived with a large crowd, carrying torches, swords, and clubs. They had been sent by the high priests, the Pharisees, and the elders. Judas had given them a sign.
"The one I greet with a kiss is Jesus. Arrest him."
Judas walked up to Jesus and said,
"Greetings, teacher,"
and kissed him. Immediately, the soldiers took hold of Jesus. Jesus said to the crowd, "Am I a criminal that you come to arrest me with swords and clubs? Every day I was with you in the temple teaching, and you did not arrest me then." At that moment, all his disciples ran away in fear. Jesus was taken to the high priest Caiaphas. They wanted to put him to death, so they accused him falsely. The high priest asked Jesus,
"Do you not hear what they are accusing you of? Will you not say anything?"
But Jesus remained silent. Then the high priest said,
"Tell us, are you the Christ, the Son of God?"
Jesus answered, "You have said it yourself." The high priest tore his robes in anger and said,
"We do not need any more witnesses. You have heard his blasphemy. What do you say?"
The crowd answered,
"He is guilty of death."
Then they began to insult him and treat him badly. Peter, one of Jesus' disciples, had followed him from a distance to see what would happen. As he sat in the courtyard, people recognized him as one of Jesus' followers. 3 times they asked him if he knew Jesus, and each time Peter said, "I do not know the man." Immediately, a rooster crowed. Then Peter remembered what Jesus had told him. "Before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times." Peter went outside and wept bitterly. When Judas saw that Jesus was condemned, he felt great sorrow. He took the 30 silver coins back to the high priest and said, "I have sinned. I have betrayed an innocent man." But they replied, "That is not our problem. That is your concern." Judas threw the silver coins and ran away. The next morning, Jesus was taken to the Roman governor, Pontius Pilate. Pilate asked the people, "What has this man done wrong?" The Jews answered,
He is a criminal, but we do not have the right to put anyone to death.
Pilate took Jesus inside and asked, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Jesus replied, "My kingdom is not of this world." Pilate asked again, "So you are a king?" Jesus answered, "You say that I am a king. I was born for this, to tell the truth to the world." Pilate went back to the crowd and said, "I find no fault in this man, but it is your custom that I release one prisoner for you during Passover. Do you want me to release Jesus, the King of the Jews?" But the crowd shouted,
No, not him! Release Barabbas, the thief!
The soldiers made a crown of thorns, placed it on Jesus' head, and dressed him in a red robe. They mocked him, saying, "Hail, King of the Jews!" When Pilate showed Jesus to the crowd, they shouted,
Crucify him! Crucify him!
Pilate said, "You take him and crucify him yourselves. I find no fault in him." But the people shouted even louder,
He must die because he says he is the Son of God! Crucify him! Crucify him!
So Pilate handed Jesus over to be crucified. The soldiers took Jesus and forced him to carry his cross to a hill called Golgotha. There, they nailed him to the cross between two thieves, one on his left and one on his right. The thief on his left insulted Jesus, saying, "If you are the Christ, then save yourself and save us." But the one on his right said, "We deserve our punishment, but this man has done nothing wrong." Then he turned to Jesus and said, "Lord, remember me when you come into your kingdom." Jesus replied, "Truly I say to you, today you will be with me in paradise." Pilate ordered a sign to be placed above Jesus' cross. It read, "Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews." At the foot of the cross stood only a few of Jesus' followers: his mother, his disciple John, Mary Magdalene, and some other woman. As his time came, Jesus said, "I am thirsty." The soldiers dipped a sponge in vinegar, put it on a stick, and lifted it to his mouth. But he did not drink it. Instead, he cried out in a loud voice, "It is finished!" Then he bowed his head and gave up his spirit. Suddenly, the sun disappeared, and there was darkness over the whole land. The earth shook, the rocks split, and the graves were opened. A Roman soldier, seeing what happened, exclaimed, "Truly, this was the Son of God!" That evening, a rich man named Joseph from Arimathea, who was a follower of Jesus, went to Pilate and asked for Jesus' body. Pilate allowed it, and Joseph took Jesus down from the cross. He wrapped him in a clean cloth and placed him in a tomb carved into a rock. Then he rolled a large stone in front of the entrance and went away.